The mission of the Mentor Collaborative is to connect Battleground. We believe that our community has all the resources necessary in order to be healthy as a culture and as a community, but those resources are not connected. And so we started developing relational connections and formed a structure that we now call the Battleground Mentor Collaborative. And one of the things that we started working on was branding. We need to tell our community who we are and create an identity so that we can start marketing ourselves.
So I know Curtis. He and I used to see each other at the Old Town Battlegrounds coffee shop.
Matt is a local professional graphic designer that I met several years ago. We both have used Old Town Battlegrounds as our office away from home.
He knew that I was a graphic designer, so when he needed a logo for this, he contacted me.
And I asked him if he'd be interested in doing some pro bono work to help with the branding and the logo for the Mentor Collaborative, and he agreed to that.
And due to the nature of the organization, he thought it would be great to involve students
in sort of a mentoring capacity, so that some students at the high school could get an insight into how it really works in the professional realm of graphic design.
And he asked me if I'd be willing to kind of like be a part of that, kind of be a mentor of sorts, ties in with the mission of the organization. I thought that was a great idea.
And so we contacted Emmy Pellico, the graphic design teacher here. She identified a couple of students that she thought would be excited about that.
Picking the two students was tough because I have a lot of students that I think would do a great job in this situation or would benefit from a job shadow experience. But I think it ultimately came down to these two students who have been with me the longest and who also have showed a clear interest in graphic design as a career.
When she first asked me, I was actually really excited. Like, I didn't hesitate to say yes, I'd be interested in it, especially when I heard that I'd be working with like a graphic designer.
I was actually really shocked, to be honest with you, just because I have a couple of friends of mine that can kind of draw really well, and so I've always kind of undermined my own drawing, kind of just watching things and what they've done. So to be able to have her ask me that, to someone else to know or think my artwork is that good, to be able to help produce on a team level for something like this, really, actually, I was shocked, but I mean, definitely really happy.
I believe that Emmy did a good job of picking the students that she did, and so even at that first meeting, it seemed like there was a real cohesiveness to the group, a lot of good sharing, and the kids seemed really excited about the opportunity.
They both just have their individual strengths, and so it was kind of a neat combination to have two very different students in the way they approach design.
And so we started meeting 2 months ago or so with Kate and Tim.
Going into the first meeting, we basically just kind of got the client's information about different ideas of what he wanted to see for the logo, and just kind of different ideas and colors.
Matt just kind of had a meeting with Curtis like he said he normally would. So then Curtis talked to us about what the organization was about. I took notes.
How big it would be, where it would be, different maybe websites we would be putting it in. If we shrunk it down, what it would look like then compared to if we had it extremely large.
I had the kids bring in job sheets, which we use in class, to help listen for details, ask questions, and fill out and take notes about what they were hearing.
After the first meeting, I started sketching, and based on what the notes were, Curtis said he wanted an organic feel, so I felt everything that was organic, trees, leaves, outdoorsy nature stuff.
Their original ideas I thought were really quite good. So it was just a matter of, refining that and, getting to come up another notch or two. And they responded very well. I don't think anybody ever felt like, they were under attack or, being overly scrutinized. It was just a very kind of loose, collaborative atmosphere, which I think is perfect for this kind of project.
Every one of us was an integral part of this process. Everything from the early sketches to the final development and the critique process throughout the whole thing. Every time we got together, we were talking about each other's work.
Our personalities really come out in the work that we do. And I think part of the goal of our team, it wasn't stated, but it just kind of happened, was we all, kind of encouraged each person to kind of see their vision through, yet at the same time offer good constructive criticism to make it a better design as well.
It was just really exciting to see that everybody had an equal hand in it. It wasn't just a professional showing the kids what to do. It was everybody helping each other out. It was really true teamwork.
My main hope was that the students would feel like they were valuable in the process and that they would be able to see the evidence of that.
Even if my design isn't chosen, like still the fact that my design could be chosen for something that could be that this is going to turn into kind of really surprised me, I suppose, just that my, a design that I had created could be out there, that we've all collaborated on could be out there. And like, whenever I see that now, I could be like, oh, like I helped, people design that. Like, it's kind of a big idea for me, I suppose.
It was easy to see the confidence build in the students, and the results of what they were producing just kept getting more and more refined.
Everybody contributed. Like, my design just isn't my design, Everybody had comments to make. Everybody had input. So really, whatever design gets picked, we all had a part in it.
I'm very excited that the branding and the logo for the Mentor Collaborative was actually produced in a mentoring environment collaboratively.
We were modeling exactly what the collaborative is about. They're trying to promote cross-generational communication so that a community doesn't work in isolation, a community works together.
The biggest thing I learned would probably be working as a team, for sure. That was a different aspect for me, to be able to come into a team and kind of produce my own ideas, but then also have other people working on their own ideas and then all collaborating into one team effect was definitely a big point for me.
This is my first time I've worked in a team in a project like this, and I thought it was like a really great experience because everyone gave everyone's feedback and were honest with each other, and if they liked something, it was like a huge boost.
We are not doing mentoring and collaboration just for the sake of doing mentoring and collaboration. And I think when you try to do it that way, it doesn't produce authentic connection and authentic, relational health and that sort of thing. It actually has to be around a mission that the people believe in. We want to see this kind of thing happen over and over and over and over again, all throughout our community, around things that people actually believe in and want to do together. Sharing in that creates connection and value in the lives of the people who are involved. If that spreads throughout our community, we'll literally have solved the problems that the Mentor Collaborative is trying to solve.